Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today we have yet another finger licking and page flipping video. And today we're going to do soft spoken rambles. So I hope you enjoy. You might have noticed the background's a little intense. I hope it doesn't hurt your eyes. We're actually doing a different type of book today. We are doing my New Nelson Japanese to English Kanji Dictionary. It has super thin paper pages. I thought it would be nice for a change. Mix it up. So let's get started. So the background's a little intense. I just finished filming a role play where the background makes sense. And then, to be completely honest, I was too lazy to change it to the blue blanket. So that's how we got here. Hopefully these thin paper pages make a nice noise. I'm a little cut off today with the camera angle, but I thought it was a little more important to see the actual page flipping rather than the top 5% of my head. There are so many Japanese words. This is a cool dictionary. I got it in college. It was very expensive. As some of you know, I studied Japanese in college. It was one of my majors. And this was fairly useful, but to be honest, I haven't used it in a while. Although I have been trying to brush up on my Japanese with Duolingo, and I was doing really good. I even won a couple of, sorry, I need to look at this, Sharian, Epsom salts. I have these Japanese bath salts, so I wanted to see if the kanji, if I recognized it. But I won some leagues in my Duolingo. I'm going to get distracted during this video. I guess I could just read Japanese to you guys while I go through here, right? I've been thinking about what to do, what to talk about in the background. Should I do, like story times? It's difficult to talk about current affairs since I pre-record so many of my videos. If I don't have 3 weeks videos recorded in advance, it makes me super anxious that I'll fall behind. In this video, I'm filming this, and I think I'm filming this like 6 weeks ahead of time. So anything I talk about would be super outdated by the time this gets edited and uploaded. For all my pre-recording, to be honest, sometimes I'm editing videos like a couple days before I post them, so filming is time consuming, but for me, editing is what takes the longest. Especially because my microphone is plugged into the computer and I record on GarageBand, which works just fine. But I don't have like a fancy camera. I just film on on my phone, my iPhone, my old iPhone, my iPhone SE, which is like between a 5 and a 6. So in order to match up the video and audio, my video records at a different rate than my audio. So I have to run my video through a program called Handbrake, which changes the frame rate. And then I have to line it up in iMovie with the audio track. From GarageBand, I have to process it to iTunes, and then I put it together in iMovie. And then after I match up the audio and video in iMovie, I have to, process that video. But I can't edit it. I have to process it, the entire video, with the entire audio, even with, I'm sure if you watch my videos, you notice the edits, the blurry one scene to the next. Since, New York City, I always have to cut out honking horns and sirens and trucks. Occasionally, I lose my train of thought, but it's usually traffic. So, I will process that entire thing, and then that I can reload that second video, or by this time it's like the third edit. Then I can upload that into iMovie, and then I can edit the video. This isn't a complaint or anything, I just thought I'd explain the process to you. So I could film, let's say I create a 15-minute video. It's usually like a half hour of actually filming, because I have to edit out all the times I have to stop for car alarms and things like that. And then setting up to record, it's usually like another half hour. So it's like an hour's worth of recording time to film a 15-minute video. And then editing that video will take at least 2 hours. Although some of that is me just processing and walking away, and, a half hour later it's done. So it's not all me sat in front of the computer. But that's like a basic video. If I do a video with like overlaid audio or photos, that's a little longer. For those of you who don't make videos, just a little explanation about the process. Speaking of edits, we have some noisy cars today. In case that last sentence I just said, you probably noticed a lot of like cross blur cuts. I think I've been trying to get out one sentence for like 5 minutes. It's so funny how that works. So, let's read some of these words. It's wild. So with kanji, you have kind of like the root, and then it goes down and it goes through all the different kind of words and sayings and expressions that come from that. And the pronunciation varies depending on what other kanji it's matched up with. So, let's read some random words. Joseon. Why am I saying it with a Spanish accent? Is midwifery or midwifery. Let's find a word I can do better. Bengaku is to study. That's actually something I know. The kanji looks, I was going to trace it in the air like you'd be able to see. But benkyo shimasu means to study. And the kanji for benkyu, or bengaku, is also used for student or school, which is kind of interesting. It's all connected. Let's see what else we have. Something that I don't know. Kunshaku is peerage and order of merit. Um, let's see what else there is. Kesho Seken is toilet soap. It's funny. What else? Sengiri is short, small pieces of vegetables. I love Japanese. It's such a fascinating and complex language. And I always thought it was so poetic. That's what really drew me to the language. I thought about being a translator. My goals in college was that I was going to be an actress in New York City. But realistically, it's hard to make money as an actress. So I'd make money on the side as a Japanese translator. Neither of those came to light. But that's okay, because I have other plans for my future. Unfortunately, in lots of societies, America for sure, definitely also, I'm sure, in Japan and other, not just Asian societies, but many different ones around the world, there's this big concept of happiness is success. And it doesn't have to always be money, although that does tend to be a theme, but that you have to be doing something. And I think in America, it's a really big New York City mindset. I was born and raised in New York. I've been here my whole life. I'm very influenced by that energy. But like I was saying, especially in New York City, there's this idea that you always have to be doing something. And it doesn't have to be making money or being a successful CEO or whatever, or being on Broadway. But there's this expectation that you have to be pursuing your craft. Like, I have worked in a restaurant for many years, and I always get asked, what else do you do? And of course I have hobbies, but even if I didn't have specific hobbies, like the things that they expect of you, like in New York, it's like you always have to be striving, you have to be doing yoga, be a yoga instructor, or a struggling writer or struggling artist. And in New York City specifically, you're allowed to struggle, but there's just this feeling, this energy of you have to be doing something. And I've gotten wrapped up in that. So when I wasn't auditioning, I had to be doing my baking company. When I wasn't doing that, I had to be exercising and getting really fit, although I have gotten back into fitness, but that's a separate thing. Or you had to be joining communities, or there's just so many different things that there's this expectation where, like, if you're lucky enough to have a job that pays the bills and you can live comfortably, first of all, that's amazing. And there's nothing wrong with striving to do more, whether it's to rise in your company or to get a raise and make more money. Like, why not if that makes you happy? But I think we've really lost, if humanity ever had it, this concept of just being happy, being content. For me, of course, there's things that I love to do. I love to write. I love to read. And I like to do YouTube. I like to perform. So in a sense, I do sometimes I'll go through a phase where I write and post online. Or, I'm creating ASMR or some other type of performance art. Or I'm baking and selling my baked goods, or I'm doing something. Of course, I fall victim, and it's not even victim, I enjoy it. But what if I were just to tell people, oh, what do you do? I go for walks in the woods. I read books. No, it doesn't make me money. No, it doesn't network or get my name out there. It doesn't even necessarily create art. Although for me, walking through the woods is art in itself. It's being part of nature's art. But the point is, if someone asks, what do you do? What else do you do? And the answer is video games, watch movies, take naps. if you're happy doing that, if you're happy, you can survive, you could feed yourself and your loved ones if there's people dependent on you. And you're not hurting anyone, of course, that's important. Then it doesn't matter, you know? This concept that we all have to accomplish things, that we have to strive for the top, I think it can be really harmful. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my goal in life. What's your goal? What do you want to be when you grow up? Happy. That's it. I mean, I'm grown up already. I'm 32. I always forget how old I am. I'm 32. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. It's something I think about, and maybe some of you can relate. We get caught up a lot in not just the corporate capitalist world, but even an intellectual kind of world, you know? An artistic world can also be toxic sometimes. It can demand a lot of us and put expectations. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Sorry if I cut myself off. My phone ran out of room to record. And there's a car outside that's playing really loud music that stopped. So I have to film this outro before they start again. But the point I was trying to make is, please, I hope you all are happy and at peace. And though it's difficult, let's try to fight the concept of needing to always be busy that society puts on us. Let's embrace our laziness. Every now and then it's nice. So thank you so much for watching. I apologize about this rushed ending, but I have to fight the music outside. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye.